Hi, and welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you again. Today's class will be about words that are often confusing to everyone, including native English speakers. This is part 3 of a series I am making about confusing words. So if you need help with certain vocabulary, this is my list so far. So if you have something else you would like to practice that is not on my list yet, let me know and I can write it down and explain it in my next video. For today though, we will focus on much, many, a little, and a few, some and any, and how to use them correctly in sentences. And we will learn what the differences are between there, and there. They sound the same, but mean very different things. Let's get started and bring you one big step closer to English fluency. Okay, so to start with much, many, a little, and a few, let's imagine a supermarket for just a moment. Much is for things that you can't count, like how much milk you have in your shopping basket. We do not say milks. We don't have much water left. How much time do you have? How much sugar is in your coffee? We have many nouns that we actually don't count, but many is for things that you can count. Like there are many apples next to the pears. 1 apple, 2 apples, 1 pear, 2 pears. A little is for a small amount of something that you can't count. Like a little chocolate, or you can also say a little bit of chocolate. Both are grammatically correct. You have a little bit of time, and she has a little bit of money, you can say. A few is for a small number of things that you can count, like a few cookies are in the oven. A few people are on the train, and a few coins are in your wallet. Okay, depending on what you are saying, you can use either much or a little, and many or a few. So let's look at a couple sentences to clear this up. I don't have much information. I only have a little information. These sentences mean the same thing. Do you drink much water? Do you only drink a little water? Same thing again. There aren't many people in my village. There are only a few people in my village. She doesn't have many hobbies. She just has a few hobbies. Very nice. That's it for much, many, a little, and a few. Let's move on to some and any. Okay, some is for when you have a certain amount of something. Like you have some apples in your basket. Any is when you're talking about an amount you don't know, or when you're asking a question, like, do you have any apples left? Let's look closer at the differences. I have some cookies at home. This means that I do know that I have cookies at home. The number of cookies isn't exactly important here. The main thing is you have some cookies. Let's continue. You have some time to watch TV. So again, you know that you do have time. You have free time. So you can use that time watching TV. We have some money in the piggy bank. You know that because you put money in it. These are examples of positive sentences, which means the word not isn't found in the sentence. But I will explain further. We don't say, I do not have some money. We would then say, I don't have much money, like in our last example a couple minutes ago. We can, though, say some in questions as well, but when we know there is still more of what you want, as in you can see what you want. And I know that is a little confusing because I just said a moment ago that the questions will include any. But when you say any, that's for when you're not really sure. With some, most likely you know that the answer will be yes. But let's look at the examples. They usually clear things up. Okay, can you give me some more bread? That looks really fresh. Can I have some more dessert? It was delicious. And do you have some more sugar for me? Here, you probably saw packets of sugar earlier. With our questions using some, again, 99% of the time, the restaurant or your friend, for example, will give you more dessert and sugar. So you know the answer will be yes. Okay, let's now go into more detail about any. Any, again, is for when we just don't know if the object is there, as in we don't see what we want, and for asking certain questions. But again, the examples will help. I know it sounds so confusing, but let me show you what I mean. Do you have any bananas in your store? I cannot find any. Remember, negative sentences using not. I have raisin cookies. Do you want any? Here, because maybe the person doesn't like raisins or simply isn't hungry. So I'm not sure what the answer will be. I do not remember if we have any fruit left. Again, I don't know the amount, and I actually am not sure if I have any at all. Maybe it could be 0. In summary, again, some is used for when you know there is something there, or that your answer to your question will be yes. You are sure of it. And any is for when you're just not sure what the answer could be to your question, and if you're not sure the amount at all. Maybe it's at 0. Maybe you have 0 fruit at home. Maybe you have 0 cookies at home. So you don't have any cookies, but you do have some cookies at home. In the near future, I will post a video going into much more detail about someone and anyone, something and anything, everyone and no one. But for now, if this is your first time seeing these words, this is enough for today. I will make an entire separate video only focused on that topic very soon. And last on my list for today are our 3 favorite words, there, and there. These are fun, at least for me. I know you might be thinking, what the heck is this language? And honestly, I know this language, and I ask myself, what the heck is this language? How am I supposed to teach this? But here we are, and we are still motivated, and we are learning. So very good. Let's continue with the fun. Okay, with there, T-H-E-R-E, is where something is. It's just a place or location. You can say something like, park your car there, next to my car. Is your house there on the left? Please put the book over there on the table. There, T-H-E-I-R, is possessive, which means I own it. I bought it, so it's mine, or his, or ours, or theirs. Let's say your friend has their own car. The car belongs to them. They bought it. Their house is also beautiful. Their vacation sounds like a lot of fun, too. And their phone broke after they dropped it. The last there we have T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E is short for they are. Like when your friends say they're or they are having fun driving the new car. You can say they are or they're in these sentences. They are both grammatically correct. Simply, one is just the short form of the other. Okay, let's have even more fun and say these all in one sentence. Try and see if you notice the differences between the 3 words, the 3 theirs. They're going to visit their grandparents who live over there. I heard they're bringing their new puppy over there to the park. And finally, they're going to meet their friends over there at the cafe. That's it. And I have great news for you. You will almost never, ever, ever say these 3 theirs in one sentence. People might say it to be funny, but most of the time you would say these sentences slightly differently, like they'll or they will visit their grandparents who live in London. I heard they're bringing their new puppy over to Hyde Park. And the last sentence we had, they'll meet their friend at ABC Cafe. We would be a little bit more specific with these sentences because, again, it's confusing to native speakers as well. Great job today, and thank you so much for learning with me. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you again for part 4. So until then, bye!